Welcome to Mompreneur Truth Talks. I'm Lisa Avila, business strategist and mom of 3 busy teenagers. Are you building something incredible but wondering why success feels so complicated? Maybe you dream of making a big impact, but you keep asking yourself, is it possible to grow without sacrificing the moments that matter most as a mom? Here's my take. Life isn't about balance, but instead harmony. I've been there in the weeds, juggling soccer practices, struggling with Common Core math. Seriously, why is it so confusing? And running a business. Along the way, I realized that with the right strategic design, you can create harmony between your work and life without compromising what matters most to you. In this podcast, I'll share practical strategies and real-life solutions to help you find that harmony. Now let's dive into today's episode. Have you ever noticed that feeling, the one where you're making all the right moves in your business, you're following the perfect strategy, but something still feels off? Maybe you're checking all the boxes, but not seeing the results. Or you're growing your business, but feeling increasingly depleted in the process. I see this pattern constantly with high-level mompreneurs that I work with. They're brilliant. They excel at strategy, but they still hit invisible barriers to the success that they desire. And these barriers rarely have anything to do with tactics or knowledge. They are almost always rooted in something deeper, empowerment. Today, I want to have an honest conversation about why empowerment isn't just a nice to have for mompreneurs. It is an essential foundation that will determine if your business strategies work. And when I talk about empowerment, I'm not talking about generic motivation or affirmations. I'm talking about something much deeper, a fundamental shift in how you see yourself, your capabilities, and the way you create your meaningful, impactful business while raising your family. When I first started Poppy Grove after leaving the nonprofit world, I found myself constantly seeking permission. Permission to work during school hours, permission to invest in my business, permission to claim expertise in my field, even though I had been in it for 25 years. But you know what? No one was going to hand me that permission. I had to claim it for myself. And that's what empowerment is really about for mompreneurs. Claiming the authority to design your life and business on your terms without apologizing and without having to constantly explain yourself. The truth is that empowerment isn't something you achieve once and then you're finished. It's a practice to return to again and again as you face new challenges and grow into new versions of yourself and navigate this constant evolution of motherhood and business. Why empowerment specifically for ambitious moms? Well, first, we face unique challenges that other business leaders don't. We're not just building businesses, we are raising humans while building these businesses. We're navigating school schedules, emotional needs, the house, the laundry, the food, and business growth all at the same time. So without this foundation of empowerment, these challenges quickly become overwhelming. Second, we're often up against powerful cultural narratives, which I talked about in episode 12. Society still sends mixed messages about ambitious mothers. We're told we can pursue our dreams, but not if it means we're less available for our families. We're encouraged to build our businesses, but expected to keep them small enough as to not disrupt anyone else's lives. Third, and I would say most importantly, our empowerment ripples through generations. When we step fully into our power, we don't just change our lives, we show our children what's possible. We create new models of success. And our children see this and can build upon it. I want to talk about a few specific ways that empowerment changes your business results. And these aren't just theories, they're patterns that I've observed in myself and while working with other mompreneurs. First, empowerment changes your energy. This is about consciously choosing where your energy goes instead of letting it be drained away by default. So many of us pour our energy into everyone and everything else, and we leave little time for our dreams and goals. But true empowerment begins with recognizing that your energy is precious and it's finite. It requires making intentional choices about where that energy goes, protecting it fiercely, and replenishing it regularly. I recently worked with a high-level executive who was launching her own consultancy while raising her teenagers. And she was completely exhausted trying to be everything to everyone. And yes, while I was helping her with business strategy, the first step was simply helping her identify where her energy was going and then making choices about where to reallocate it so that she could go after her business dreams. By redirecting her energy to where she wanted to focus and on these high leverage tasks, there was a shift in her progress and her sense of personal power. Another way that empowerment changes your business is through your communication. This is about expressing your value, your boundaries, and your vision with clarity and conviction. And I know a lot of mompreneurs struggle with this. We've been conditioned to minimize our accomplishments, to make ourselves smaller to avoid making others uncomfortable. We apologize before stating our needs. And we qualify our expertise even when we've invested years developing, training, and paying for it. Empowerment requires reclaiming your voice, speaking about your business with pride, communicating your needs without apology, and expressing your expertise with confidence. Your decision-making is also influenced by your empowerment. It's about trusting yourself enough to make choices based on both data and intuition without constantly seeking external validation. Many ambitious moms get caught in analysis paralysis or become dependent on others' opinions. They research endlessly, ask everyone they know, and they still feel uncertain about their choices. Empowerment means developing a decision-making framework that honors logical analysis, your intuitive wisdom, and trusting yourself to use it effectively until it becomes a habit and you don't even see it as a framework anymore. It's just what you do. If you're thinking, well, this sounds great, but I need practical business strategies, not just mindset work, I completely agree. Practical strategies only work, though, when they're built on a foundation of empowerment. Many of my clients, before they came to me, invested in business courses or online webinars or sales scripts that you can buy off Instagram, only to struggle with implementation because they haven't addressed the underlying issues. It's like trying to build a house on shifting sand. No matter how perfect the blueprint, the structure won't stand if the foundation isn't solid. And what happens when we ignore this foundation? What does disempowerment look like in practice? It looks like constant overwhelm, feeling pulled in too many directions and never really making meaningful progress in any of them. It also looks like chronic under-earning, pricing based what feels safe rather than what reflects your true value and expertise. And scattered focus. Disempowerment is jumping from strategy to strategy without giving any approach enough time to work. These patterns aren't just painful, they're business killers. They prevent talented, capable women from building the successful businesses that they are fully capable of creating. But the good news is that empowerment is a skill that can be developed. It's not something that you either have or don't have. It's something you can cultivate through intentional practice. And these practices that help build empowerment don't require hours of extra time. We don't have that time to spare. They can be integrated into your existing routines and create powerful shifts without overwhelming your already full life. That's why I created the Fire It Up Challenge, a 5-day experience designed specifically for ambitious moms who are ready to stop dimming their light and start creating unstoppable momentum in their businesses. This Telegram challenge will focus on practical ways to ignite your inner power, to grow your energy management, communication, and decision-making. You'll learn how to reclaim your natural presence without feeling like an imposter, create visibility that attracts high-level opportunities, and make decisions in minutes that used to take weeks. What I want for this group is to experience the power of community support. I know how important this is because other ambitious moms understand exactly what you are experiencing, and they are also committed to their own empowerment journey. I also want to acknowledge, though, that igniting your inner power looks different for each of us. It's not about conforming to someone else's definition of success or adopting a persona that doesn't feel authentic to you. True empowerment honors your unique values, your strengths, your vision, your zone of genius, and it allows you to define success that works best for you and then to build your business that reflects who you are and not who you think you should be. This is especially important for moms because we are constantly navigating these social expectations about what a good mother looks like. And when we're fully empowered, we have the authority to chart our own course and create a path that honors both our ambitions and our family values. I want to leave you with a reflection question. Where in your business do you feel your power diminish? And what would be possible if you said, no more of that, and you reclaimed your power? Okay, that's 2 questions, but pay attention to the patterns that emerge from this reflection. They will give you insights about which aspects of your inner power might need strengthening in your situation. And if you want to turn these insights into action, I'd love to have you join me for the Fire It Up Challenge. Together, we'll strengthen your power and your empowerment foundation and ignite that queen energy for both your business and life. This isn't just about how you feel. It's about what you can create from that feeling. It's about building a business that thrives without sacrificing your priorities and your mental well-being. That voice in your head telling you to calm down, tone it down, play small, it's lying to you. Your business and your family need your full, unedited brilliance. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Remember, you can absolutely have both your dreams and your family life. I'll catch you next time on Mompreneur Truth Talks.
Thank you for spending time with me today in Mompreneur Truth Talks. Before you go, please do me a quick favor. If this episode spoke to you, please like, follow, or leave a review. Your feedback helps other ambitious moms find these conversations about designing a business and life that work together. All right, moms, I'll see you next time. And remember, success isn't about sacrifice or balance. It's about creating harmony and taking action steps that feel right for you.